Next, let's talk about hyperlinks. When we create hyperlinks, we should make sure that they're descriptive. Not only do they look more professional, but they also tell your reader where the link is going to take them. Bare URLs are those that simply list out the web page address, like https://www.columbiabasin.edu. This would be considered a bare URL. They're really unsightly, they don't look very good, especially when they get really long, and they're also very unhelpful. You remember when I was letting you listen to the screen reader that it started reading out the entirety of the URL or the hyperlink, and that's really not helpful, and it also sounds like the screen reader is yelling at you, especially when the URL gets really long. It's really important here that we don't just put in simple descriptions like click here or read more here. And the reason for this is simple. When a screen reader user is operating the screen reader, they can open up the links submenu. And when they do so, it lists out each and every one of the links that's in the page. Say that you had 10 links in your page and all of them said something like click here or read here. Then what the screen reader would read out to them would be this: link, click here, link, read more here, link, sign up here. The screen reader user wouldn't know, based on those descriptions in succession, where those links were taking them. Remember, they're not always interacting with the document in the way that you and I might, where we're reading all of the context around it. They have options to quickly move from link to link, and that's to help them save time, because otherwise they would have to read from top to bottom, left to right, the entire document. So they have all of these submenus that allow them to rapidly move through the document in ways that are supportive of them and save them time. Instead of using things like sign up or sign up here, you could think about where the link is taking them and say something like sign up for our document training. You can decide where you should insert the hyperlink and then link only that text. And it will depend on how your text flows. So instead of clicking something like read here or read more, you could click DSS Canvas page and then have the entire phrase read the DSS Canvas page for more, and then hyperlink only DSS Canvas page, and so on. This, of course, will depend on your text. It's just really important that you remember that somewhere in your hyperlink should explain where the link is going to take the reader. Okay, let's look at some of these links that are incorrect. You can see here that I have a bare URL that leads to the Joy of Baking website. That's the website of the author of this delicious recipe. So instead of doing that, I want to properly cite the author. So I'm going to highlight Joy of Baking and Stephanie Jaworski in parentheses. I'm going to right click my mouse atop the selected text. Then I'm going to click link. Then I'm going to choose existing file or web page. I'm going to confirm the text to display is the text that I selected. And then down here, I'm going to put my URL and then click OK. And you can see that my new clickable and descriptive URL is here. And then my students can follow this by clicking Control and then click, or if this is a PDF, they can simply click. You might be wondering to yourself what to do in the event that you're going to hand out the physical document in class and that students might need to be able to type in the URL. In that instance, the best practice is always to offer both the printed handout and also access to the digital copy in Canvas. This is because students might need to have multiple ways of interacting with the document. For instance, if they need to use a screen reader or they need to use the ReadSpeaker TextAid browser extension to have the document read aloud to them. And it's also helpful if students have an unforeseen medical emergency or have to miss your class for another reason, they're able to quickly go into Canvas and get access to the documents that they need. Let's make sure that the information is there in both forms, both the URL that students would need to be able to type in themselves, and also the title of the video so that it's clear to the screen reader user what it's going to send them to. First, we'll right click and we'll remove the hyperlink. We will copy the hyperlink by highlighting and then copy. We will right click and then click link. And then this time we're going to change the text to display to read chocolate yogurt cake demonstration video and then put the URL in parentheses. And then we'll make sure that the address hasn't changed any. We'll click OK. And now it gives the best of both worlds. It clearly states where the link is going to take them. So if someone is using a screen reader, it will tell them. And also your students who are just reading the handout in class will also know, oh, This URL here is for the chocolate yogurt cake demonstration video. It's very useful for anybody who's quickly looking at what you've given them in paper format as well. Canvas works in much the same way. Let's do the same thing here. First of all, we'll highlight the link, and then in the link options that come up, we will click on link options, and then we'll change the text here to include the title. In this case, chocolate yogurt cake demo, and then the URL in parentheses, and then click done. And then it provides them with both. If we want to simply have this link be part of the hyperlink text, I'll just right click and click cut. I'll highlight Joy of Baking and Stephanie Jaworski. And then I will go up here to this little link here, and then click the little downward facing arrow, click external link, and then insert the link here. And then click done. So these are the two ways that it would work in Canvas.